Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AP Vlogger. We went for a trip to Andaman on the last week of August 2021. Andaman was just opening up and it was accepting tourists. We had to do an RT-PCR test before we left Bangalore, and the Andaman government will do another round of RT-PCR test once we land there. Uh, this is the hotel where we stayed, Hotel Serene Palace. So the day we reached, we went to Cellular Jail. Uh, this is the place where they used to keep the freedom fighters. The Britishers used to lock them down and torture them, hang them to death, and make them work like for hours every day until we get the RT-PCR test results. So we had to observe self-quarantine since we didn't get the report. So we were allowed to roam around. If we get a positive result, then we have to report, or they will come and take us to the nearest quarantine facility. So this is the jail interior, as you can see. Uh, they were doing some renovation work too. So this is Veer Savarkar's cell. These are the gallows where they could hang 3 people at a time. So we had our dinner and breakfast at this great restaurant called Anju Coco Cafe at Aberdeen Bazaar. Must visit. So soon after breakfast, we left for Chidiatapu Beach and Biological Park, which was about 40 minutes from our hotel. The roads were really good. As Andaman was just opening for tourists, uh, all the places of visit were empty, and we were like the only travelers there. And we had a really great time. It was like a private tour of the island. So they had made interlock path to walk through this biological park. It was really beautiful. There were a lot of animals to see in this park, and they were living in their natural environment. So this is the beach, Chidiatapu Beach. In the evening, we went for a stroll around Aberdeen Bazaar, which is the main shopping area at Port Blair. So we had a dinner at Champagne Palace, and we came back to Anju Coco for some momos and snacks. So the next day, we decided to leave for Havelock Island. After a quick rapid antigen test, we went in the government ferry. It was my first experience on a ferry like this. It was something new for me, and we didn't even sit in our seats. We just went on the top deck and were taking pics, and the wind blowing on our face and the sound of the sea all around us. It was just great. We had to wait in queue from morning 6 o'clock till 8:30 uh, to get the rapid antigen test done and buy the tickets, but it was worth it. As soon as we reached, we rented a two-wheeler for 200 bucks per day. We had our lunch and drove all the way to Radhanagar beach. This is a beautiful beach where you can play in the water. It's very safe, and there are also coastal guards and police patrolling the beach and monitoring everything. You also have bathroom and washroom facilities here to change. So the next day we went for our scuba diving. So it was 2500 per head. It was a really amazing experience where you could see the beautiful underwater life in the Andamans. There were so many colorful fishes and corals. I mean, the marine life was just beautiful. You have to experience it either by doing scuba or snorkeling. The scuba and snorkeling gear will be provided by the company itself, and they were not allowing patients who have already got COVID for the scuba. So for dinner we went to Bonava Cafe, which is one of the most premium cafes at Havelock Islands. It belongs to Seashell Resort. So the next day we headed towards Elephant Beach. This place is famous for its water activities, and the water is just crystal clear here. So snorkeling is a great and must activity to do because the underwater life is just so clearly visible, as you can see here. There are a lot of water sport activities at the Elephant Beach. All of them will definitely give you an adrenaline rush. This was our favorite one amongst all. It's called Disco Boat, wherein four of us will sit inside this boat and they'll pull it with a speedboat. It'll just keep churning like this, and you will feel as if inside a washing machine. In the entire ride, you will feel like as if you are thrown about everywhere and you have to hold the bars very tightly. This was called Black Ice, which they suggested for just the guys to do. For the girls, they suggested this activity. It's called Sofa Ride. There are also other activities like jet ski and banana boat, etc. Parasailing activity was shut down due to COVID reasons. So the next day we went to this beach called Kala Patthar, which is a very scenic and beautiful beach with bluish and greenish water. The water is so crystal clear here, and the beach has white sand. It's the best place for your photo shoots and videography. For dinner, we went to this amazing place for food called Aoji Khaoji. Must try and show our love to Sidhu sir. This was Govind Nagar beach just in front of our hotel, Havelock Country Homes. So while returning, we decided not to go by the government ferry, and we booked tickets on this luxurious boat called Macruz. This is a faster boat and it offers a very comfortable ride from Havelock to Port Blair and vice versa. Back in Port Blair, we stayed in this hotel called Hotel The Pebbles. You get nice food here. So the next day, we decided to go to Ross Island. So we have to go to this jetty called Aberdeen Jetty, from where we'll get the boat to Ross Islands. This was the administrative headquarters of the state in those days, and only the remains are what you can see here: the pump house, bakery, swimming pool, and the printing press, etc. There are so many deers on this island, and they are allowed to freely roam around. And most of these deers also allow you to touch and pat them. The Ross Island is a lovely place for photo shoots and videography. Most of the place is in ruins, and you can use your creative skills to click some awesome pics here. This is the lighthouse at the end of the island. This is a quick map showing the important places in this island. Once we were back from Ross Island, we visited this aquarium. It had many corals and marine species preserved inside. Our next stop was Samudrika Marine Museum, which tells us about the history of the Andaman Islands and also about the Sentinels, Jaravas, and Onge tribes. In the evening, we went to see the sound and light show at the cellular jail. It's a must visit because it depicts of how the cellular jail came into existence and about the atrocities by the Britishers towards our Indian freedom fighters. This was the first Indian flag hoisted in independent India. Our last dinner at Andaman, again at Anju Coco Cafe. We used the lounge access on our credit cards both at Bangalore airport while going and also at the Kolkata airport while returning back.